Hi guys, welcome back to the Card Inn. If you're new to the channel, the Card Inn sells premium packaged playing cards. We have lots and lots of decks in store, such as Magic, Cardistry, and decks for collectors as well. Today is a video for the collector because we have just purchased the new David Blaine Split Spades, which are the Holographic Edition. But also these are artist proofs as well, and there's only 500 of each colour. So we've got Onyx and we have a Pearl Edition. So we've got 2 of each, so we're not selling any. So we've got 2 sealed, and we've got some open decks as well. So we're going to open these today, maybe to save you opening them, so you can actually see what they look like. Drop a comment down below, are you going to open them or are you going to keep them sealed? So without further ado, let's get ahead to opening these decks of cards. Right, so let's get into this unboxing. Just a quick reminder, we've got some sealed. I've got 1 sealed of each colour. So I think this is meant to be the Pearl Edition. This is meant to be Onyx. Artist proof, 1 of 500. And as you can see, they're individually numbered. And I have 2 opened, and my opinion is that this one, the Pearl one, is a bit more impressive. So we'll go ahead and we'll open this one first. So illustrated by Mark Stutzman, actually printed by Legends. I'm not sure if David Blaine has used Legends before, and this is by Red Black Ink Playing Cards. So this is almost the start of a new era for David Blaine, releasing decks under his new brand Red Black Ink as opposed to his David Blaine store. And here's the front, nice little front border, looks really cool. So here we go, even a nice little holographic illustration here. Here's our back design. I'll show you close. Now, depending on how you catch the light, this does look really good. However, bear in mind this is obviously a camera, but when you have these in real life, they may look slightly different. Obviously, this is quite a dark room. The lighting is not too good, but these are very, very nice. And just a word of warning, if you are thinking of opening these decks, it says on the Blaine website they're not designed for workers, which is probably true. This Pearl Edition actually handles quite well, especially when you start trying to break it in. However, the Black Edition, I think it's called Onyx, that does not handle as well. It's not a very good handling deck. I think because they printed black on the back and the fronts of the cards as well. So just bear that in mind if you do think you're going to open one of these. So let's just show it off in a fan again. You can see the nice holographic on as you sort of move the deck. That looks very, very nice. I think I've only used 1 deck by Legends, which was Curious Cask. And considering these are meant to be prototypes, and there is holographic printing on the back, they do feel good. So if I do just a quick one-handed fan, you can see more of the design. Even if you were to give, these decks even handle well, even if you're giving it a Pharaoh shuffle, depending on which way you do the Pharaoh. But don't be afraid, at least this Pearl Edition, you can use it like a normal deck, I'd say. And once you start trying to break it in, it does feel pretty decent. It might be a bit, it will feel very sturdy at first, but the more you use it, it should start to feel better. Now, this is actually a standard deck. David Blaine is obviously making these decks for Magic most of the time, so standard faces. However, there are a few perhaps little updates and extra cards. So one of the extra cards is this sort of holographic back and front. So we got that as an extra card. There's also this extra Ace of Hearts that seems it's like a fingerprint on the heart. That's an extra card. There's a normal Ace of Hearts in here as well. There may be a few sort of updates to the court cards. I'm not sure in terms of the faces, who's on the deck. And there's actually a new Ace of Spades as well, which we haven't seen before on a David Blaine deck. That looks pretty cool. But other than that, this is a very standard deck of cards. One that is designed, at least in its design, is for Magic. I'll just show this up close again. If you can see the holographic details on the card.
So yeah, my thinking, you know, this does start to feel quite good when you start using it. And I wasn't sure about it at first, but the more I use it, the more I'm starting to like it. So there we go. That is the Pearl Holographic David Blaine deck, Split Spades. And let's move on to the Onyx Edition. So here is the Onyx Edition. I thought I would prefer this one more, but I don't think I do. I think maybe from the pictures and perhaps from the tuck case, I do prefer this one. It does look fantastic. But, you know, the cards are not the best for handling. And something about the holographic, it just doesn't, I just don't think it looks quite as good in comparison to the Pearl Edition. However, the holographic details on the tuck with the black contrast, this does look really good. So I think for a tuck case, I would prefer this one over the Pearl Edition. Into the cards, and this is what we're looking at. So it's actually a black border as well, as you can see. So, you know, I'm not sure, again, this might be a first for Blaine, again, having black borders on a deck. You might be able to see already the fan. It doesn't quite fan as well. I've given this deck a couple Pharaohs, which has helped. But when I took this out of the box and fanned it, it was very, very clumpy. Sort of like a gilded deck. But having Pharaohed a few times and sort of played with it a little bit, this deck does handle a little bit better. But it definitely doesn't handle as well as the Pearl Edition. So if I just show you this card up close for these holographic details. When you catch the light correctly, the holographic details do look very, very good. And this is what some of the face cards look like. So they're black on the faces as well as the backs. And this is what I do like about this deck. You know, with the Pearl Edition, it's just a standard faces. So it's not too you know, inviting to look at, considering you've seen it all before. It's just a standard deck. But when you have this contrast, even though it's standard faces, but the color contrast, it does look very, very cool. So yeah, that's that. It's the same deck in terms of the features, like the designs of the cards. Just a color difference on the borders and the face cards. And you guys can let me know which you think is the best one, and whether you've got some. Will you open them? Will you not open them? I'd be interested to find out.
So I hope you guys enjoyed the unboxing. Let us know if you'd like to do this more often in the future. Unfortunately, we are not selling these decks. We wish we could have, but there was a buying limit of just 2 per colour. Hopefully for future David Blaine releases, we will be able to get some more cards though. If you like the video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. It will help us out a lot. And if you're looking for any cards, cardistry, magic, collectors, luxury, head to the card in down below. There's a link. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later on.